Hi everyone, a huge welcome to the channel. I wanted to talk to you about renting motorbikes in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, or pretty much anywhere around the world, but we're focusing today on Pattaya in Thailand. But this is a sort of 101 about renting bikes in any part of Southeast Asia. One of the things you want to do is find a good motorbike rental company. I tend to do that by doing the Google search, get online, search. When you do a search, often you'll come up with a list of the top motorcycle rentals in the town that you're in. And you can take a look at them and then cross-reference them with Google and Facebook and see what people are saying about that company. It's a tricky thing, renting a motorbike, and to be honest, if you haven't ridden a motorbike extensively elsewhere in the world, I would really strongly recommend you don't rent motorbikes when you're on holiday. I've seen far too many people going home on stretchers with bandages and broken arms, or even worse. So really think about it. Do you need a motorbike? And if you're a confident rider and you have an international driver's license, then if the answer is yes, go ahead, but do your due diligence on choosing the right company. What I did is I did a search here in Pattaya. I came up with one or two companies, and then I did some cross-references because they had very high sort of 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. They had good reviews on Google. You then want to just see, is it just 3 or 4 reviews? Could it just be their friend and their mother doing the reviews? Do they look genuine? After you've done that, drop a line to them, ask them a couple of questions and see if they respond to you. Now, I did that on arriving to Pattaya. I found a company called Speedbikes Pattaya, and Michelle and I dropped a line to the owner. We knew nothing about the company. He responded very quickly, gave us the answers we were interested in. Then I went across to meet the guy. Turned out he was a French gentleman that's lived here for many years. His whole family have lived here for many years. A lovely, lovely guy. So without further ado, I'm going to take you along now to Speedbikes Pattaya, and we're going to ask some questions. Firstly, I'd like to know a little bit about who this guy David is and how he came about setting up Speedbikes in Pattaya.
It's been now 7 years we doing this business. We rental motorbike most of the parts inside Pattaya, but we can also provide delivery to the hotel if the customer they need to get delivered, also pick up to the hotel.
So that's David of Speedbikes. He's the owner, a lovely guy. The next question I wanted to know from David is what makes Speedbikes particularly special?
Well, I try to keep the smile all the time. For me, it's a pleasure to work with people come in holiday. They want to have it easy. They don't want a headache with renting motorbike, what they're gonna have. So we try to make it easy, clear. We make a contract and keep smiling and always help the customer if they have any question about the map in the city, what they can do with the bike, where they can go visit something.
Another important thing you have to look at, there are a lot of bike rental companies throughout Pattaya, lots of them. Some of them are really a little bit dodgy, some of them are okay. I wanted to know whether David's bikes were reasonably modern stock, not sort of old ropey motorbikes. Here's what he had to say.
Exactly, we try to keep our bikes not over 4 or 5 years, so we always keep buying new motorbikes and well maintained. We make a good maintenance every time of our bike, check the tire, the brakes, everything is made in time.
Now, when I rent a bike anywhere throughout Southeast Asia or anywhere in the world for that matter, I want to know what comes with the bike. Do you get helmets? Michelle and I want a helmet each. I would like a reasonably decent helmet, or at least the option to have a full face helmet if they are available. We're only going to rent for a short time, so I'm sort of happy to have a basic helmet, but does he provide better helmets? And what if you wanted to buy your own helmet?
When we rent a bike, we provide 2 helmets inside each motorbike, small helmet. Two can fit in each motorbike. This is a standard small helmet. But if the customer want to have a bigger helmet and more nice helmet, we have some for sale at really cheap price. And if we used to have many regular customers. They come every 4 or 5 months. They come 2-3 times a year. So they can buy helmet from us or from another shop, no problem. And they have their own helmet. We can keep for them until the next trip they come. So we can just keep the helmet until the next trip. They have it here. They don't need to carry back home and come back with their own helmet. So we can also provide this service for free.
So that's interesting. I saw the helmets on the wall behind David. I wonder what it was about. So what he's saying there, basically either bring your own helmet or you can buy a helmet from him. And then if you come to Pattaya regularly, you can leave the helmet there. It's a free of charge service, so each time you come back you can just have your own personal helmet, which I think is a great idea. Now I wanted to ask David, what other documentation do you need in order to rent a bike in Thailand or Pattaya?
You need to have an international driving license to drive in Thailand, motorbike. You have to know also that's a left driving side in here, like in England you drive on the left side. This is a quite dense, lot of bikes on the road, so must to be careful. Always wear a helmet and use the turn signal when you have to turn. Have a good look around you, whatever you want to do, turn or go straight. And but you need also to have this international driving license.
So that's it, you do need an international driver's license and a bike license, not just a car license. Otherwise you're going to get pulled over by the police and they're going to fine you, which is, you know, something that happens quite frequently here in Thailand. So do bring your international driver's license. Now once you've rented your bike, I want to know from David, how is it that his company, Speed Bikes Pattaya, ranks so highly on social media?
It's a hard question because we always ask to the customer, leave us review at the end of the rental, good or bad. So reviews is always good to know. If the customer is not happy, then we try to correct our mistakes. It can be, but most of the people get happy with us. We get free delivery, free pickup of the bike. Everything is clear. So I think that's the point.
Okay, David, that's great information. The next thing, I like to have a scooter that's a little bigger than the basic scooters. So what sort of scooters or bikes do you have at Speed Bikes?
We have different engine model. We have 125cc. That's all those models. You have some Honda Click, some Yamaha Lexi, Honda Zoomer. This is the first range price. Otherwise, you also have the 150cc PCX, Yamaha NMAX. This is another price, another size of the bike also is a little bit bigger, as that one you can see on here. And we also have one here, X-Max 300cc, like a big scooter.
Now once you've selected your motorbike or scooter, it's important to think about insurance. Very few scooter rentals in Southeast Asia will provide or offer insurance. So I was surprised David actually does have that option. It's an optional choice, but it is there. Let's hear what David has to say about insurance of your motorcycle while you're riding in Thailand.
And also some of our high-class model get a third-party insurance. What a third-party insurance coverage, that in case of accident with someone, this third-party insurance will cover the third part. Example, if you break the bike of another people or the car, it will cover until 200,000 baht damage for the property damage. And for the health damage, it will cover until 300,000 baht. But you have to specify this when you want to rent the bike, because not all our bikes get this insurance. On a rental motorbike, there is no insurance. We try to ask many insurance already. There is not an insurance who provide full insurance, first class. That means cover you and the third part. The maximum we can have on rental motorbike, that's the third part insurance. Maybe it will change later. We hope so, because some customers need to have ask me to have the full insurance.
But I think it's really important that people have adequate insurance. If they're traveling and they choose to take a bike particularly, they should be well insured, because as David said, you can't really provide a fully comprehensive insurance.
There is no insurance cover, full insurance for now. I hope it will change in the time, because we keep asking the insurance when we can provide to our customer full insurance. Many customers ask for it, but actually they don't do.
But that's pretty much the same throughout Southeast Asia. Most countries, certainly in Thailand, so it's pretty important that if you do take a bike out, you take out some health insurance or some accident insurance. If you don't, then it's really your own responsibility.
Exactly, but most of the people buy their flight ticket with their Visa or credit card, Visa or MasterCard. And normally when you buy your flight ticket with this, you have your own insurance if you have a driving license available, of course. If you have any damage of your health, this insurance of your MasterCard or Visa card will take care of your health injury.
Yes, and repatriation sometimes back
Exactly.
to your country. So that was David from Speed Bikes Pattaya. I like the guy. We rented our bike from him. He's been super good. They'll deliver the bike to the hotel for you, and they'll pick it up based on the fact that I think that you're renting it more than just one day. But what a lovely guy, a great experience. We chose an NMAX scooter, something with a little more power. I'm used to riding a bike all over Southeast Asia for many years, so I'm fairly confident. If you're not, as I said before, don't use Thailand or anywhere else in Southeast Asia as a learning bed for riding a bike. It's just too dangerous. If you do decide it is for you, then I've given you an option there. You can contact someone like David, or if you're in a different town, do your research and have a good time, be safe, and drive very carefully on these busy roads of Southeast Asia. Take care, and we will see you for another fun video somewhere on the road very shortly. Be good. So now you can make an informed decision whether you want to rent a motorcycle or not while you're here in Thailand or in Pattaya. Michelle and I, we're really happy with David. We've selected an NMAX motorcycle. I'm used to riding in Southeast Asia, so we're going to take this one and we're going to have some fun here in Pattaya, Thailand.
You'll find that the answer is yes.
Now what better way to finish a grueling day filming than banana pancakes? Beautiful. Butter. Yep.
Alright. I'm not eating.
Yeah, over here, good pancakes, huh?
I ate too much before, make me full.
I'm lucky, I'm very skinny.
You skinny?
Yeah.